It's AIWF. Wanna see the best wrestling, where to connect. The squared circle, the place you have to earn your respect. So get right with the program or you'll get left. AIWF across the US and all over the globe. We are live and direct. So tune and see who wins and who's up for the Lord. This match just got you over for one fall.
And welcome to AIWF Across the Globe Retro 2. My name is RM Duke, and on these special episodes, instead of showing modern matches in the AIWF network, we look back at matches from the past that help define AIWF's history. On today's episode, we bring you singles action between Amber O'Neal and Tracy Brooks. We give you updates on the first round of the Sensational 16 tournament. And last but not least, in our main event, the Powers of Pain take on the Midnight Express in tag team action. Let's get right into our opening showcase.
I have seen young Amber O'Neal, and she does a good job in there. And I have seen Tracy Brooks, and she does a good job wrestling. So we should be in for a very, very nice evening of wrestling. And just a little bit of fun here is our referee, Mr. Tony Hunter, is having a hard time checking Miss Tracy Brooks. And I'm going to be very disappointed if she wrestles with that T-shirt on, too. I'll tell you that.
Well, I'll tell you what, earlier she said something or another to the effect that these guys in the crowd weren't nothing but a bunch of perverts and what have you.
Well, she was the one that was tantalizing them, so she should be the one to know, I guess. Well, now let's see. Miss Brooks is going to show her. Oh, she's not very well liked by the crowd.
Amber O'Neal gets a nice ovation.
Well, as well she should. Miss Brooks has done nothing to make the crowd like her very much anyway. Looks like she's going to wrestle with a T-shirt on.
And we're all disappointed about that. I've never quite understood. Tracy is quite pretty. Both these women are very pretty. But I just don't see where she gets off with those Bruiser Brody boots.
I don't know, but she has now been defrocked. And we will see the real Miss Brooks at this point in time. And she is, as many people out of my era would call her, our Miss Brooks.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you wouldn't mind calling her your Miss Brooks. I understand perfectly.
Well, no, our Miss Brooks was a television show back in the 50s. You're much too young to remember it, but she's a good bit better looking than the Miss Brooks that was available on the TV back in those days.
All right, action spilling on the outside.
Yeah, Miss Brooks certainly had a handful of blonde hair there, so we know it wasn't hers.
Fighting on the outside, Amber goes right into that ring apron.
Yeah, Tracy Brooks is ramming her head into the apron. She's trying to shake those blonde roots loose there. Oh, there her head goes crashing to the end, into the mat. It looks like yeah, she slammed her head into the crowd barrier there, it looks like. Maybe used one of the wrestling fans' shoes there to her advantage. I can't see what's going on here, but it would appear at this point in time that Amber O'Neal is taking it to Tracy Brooks.
I think these two ladies are still duking it out on the outside. Well, Amber O'Neal rolls back into the ring.
Well, there's Rob Hockman out there on the outside. Looks like he's going to get involved in the match. He needs to be careful. Some of these southern gentlemen around here won't put up with a man hitting a woman in the wrestling ring.
And they shouldn't. And take a look at Rob Hoffman adding his 2 cents.
Yeah, well, he better be careful. I tell you, he's in the wrong part of the country to be doing that kind of stuff.
All right, Amber O'Neal is in a world of trouble.
Well, she got a lot of hair pulled out right there as Tracy Brooks snatched her up by the hair of the head and slammed her down on her back.
That's one thing about the ladies. They're all very pretty, and a lot of them like to wear their hair quite a bit longer than some of these men.
What has she done to Tony Hunter? It looks like she's just grabbed a hold of him and was hugging him.
I'm not sure. She's trying to maul him, but he probably would have enjoyed it. But anyway.
Yeah, I want a referee. Oh, there's a little schoolgirl, as they call it.
Oklahoma roll. All right, Tracy Brooks comes up with a double axe handle. It's been a very fast-paced match. These women have been sticking fingers in the eyes, pulling hair, choking.
Yeah, my kind of match. I like it.
Pretty wild. Amber O'Neal in a world of trouble at this point in time.
Well, Tracy Brooks is very proud of herself. She feels like she's got Amber where she wants her. But sometimes you have to stay on top of your opponent, because if you don't, your opponent will come back on you, just like Tracy O'Neal's doing there. But there's a knee driven to the stomach, and that took the wind out of Amber O'Neal's sails right there.
And Tracy Brooks getting the better of it now. Referee Tony Hunter got to get her off those ropes.
Tony Hunter looks like he might be a little bit shy about this match right here. I believe he don't want to get in there and mix it up with those girls. He's already had a taste of what can happen if you get in their way earlier in the match.
And Tracy Brooks with a chin lock.
That's a rear chin lock she has on her there, and it looks like she might be wrapping her hair around her neck. That's the second time Tony Hunter's been inadvertently kicked by one of the competitors. He's having a tough match here. I don't believe he can keep his mind on his business.
He might not can. You know, he's got quite an enviable task, I might would say.
I don't envy him that task at all. I'll tell you, he can have all that he wants. Too much trouble, too close together. I'd stay away from him. Doing a whole lot of hair pulling. Count of two.
Yeah, I hope that these ladies didn't leave the ring bald tonight.
Oh, I like bald women. I'm bald. I'd like to have me a bald girlfriend.
Oh, me. You're probably just one of a kind in that case.
Don't knock it till you've tried it. Don't knock it till you've tried it.
All right, Amber O'Neal trying to rally the crowd. Couple elbows.
That knee to the stomach, and it looks like that Tracy Brooks might have hurt her knee on that exchange, but she certainly hurt Amber O'Neal's stomach. I guarantee you that. 2 2/3 count.
It wasn't enough, Randall.
Oh, there's plenty right there. Oh, you talking about the pinner?
Yeah, the actual fall being counted. There's plenty of pretty women around, that's for sure, but I think you and Tony Hunter both have lost focus here for a moment.
Oh, I'm focused in very well.
Looks like Tracy Brooks has Amber O'Neal grounded with that chin lock.
Well, it looks like she's trying to turn into a headlock. She ducks that clothesline and comes back with a clothesline of her own. There's another clothesline. Now she has some hair of her own. She's pulling there, shoots. Oh, it's a reverse. And a reverse neck breaker. Oh, wait a minute. What's Rob Hockman doing over here? Look at here. We got a count over here, referee. What are you doing? She can count to 10. Amber O'Neal has won this match by all rights, but the referee has been distracted by Rod Hockman. And now Amber O'Neal is not paying attention. She has been schoolgirl. This could be it. 1, 2, 3.
Oh, there it is! Your winner, Tracy Brooks!
Tracy Brooks gets the win.
A tainted win at best. A tainted win at best.
A little bit of help with Rob Hoffman, and that ends it. More action coming up in a moment.
And thank you for watching our opening showcase. We'll be back after this commercial break.
Lance by Chance, wrestling as a Von Erich. Read all about World Class Championship Wrestling. Who was he? Why was his character created? And why did Fritz expose his true identity on TV? Russell Black Bart. Follow Bart's 30-year career through the Carolinas, Florida, Georgia, Mid-South, World Class, and the WWF. Bart's Tell It Like It Is humor keeps you wanting more stories. The Pro Wrestling Vault, Volume 1 and 2. First-hand account short stories from wrestlers from the here and then. Get your signed copies only at WrestleVille.com. WrestleVille, it's where wrestling lives.
Jimmy Valiant, Boogie Woogie Man. Legendary Boogie Woogie Man. Wait a minute, baby. Wait a minute. Hang on. What are you doing around
What was that going there, buddy? This is our neighborhood.
You done made a mistake.
You should be retired, Boogie.
Wait a minute, boys. Let me take a bite of my king dog.
You say king dog?
King dog?
Is that what you said?
What? What happened? Come on, boy.
Don't let hunger bully you. Get yourself a king dog and you too can become a super hunger fighter.
Secondhand Heroes and Home for Wayward Villains is a comic book shop and gaming store that also features Magic the Gathering and D&D. Located at 18184 Leesville Road in Evanston, Virginia, Secondhand Heroes is your one-stop shop for you to get your nerd on. Open 7 days a week at 11 a.m. They don't close until the dice stop rolling. They buy, sell, trade, barter, and haggle, specializing in collectible toys, both vintage and modern, comics, Magic the Gathering, video games, console, and arcade cabinets to play, all set to free play. Host your game night with us. Monday night D&D video game competitions, and so much more. Something for the collector and gamer in us all. Call 434-317-0121 or shoot us an email with any questions to secondhandheroesva@gmail.com. Note, secondhandheroesva@gmail.com. That's 2ND, handheroesva@gmail.com. Come game with us.
And for our first news announcement, we have officially wrapped up half of the first round bouts for the Sensational 16 tournament. For a quick reminder for those tuning in late, let me explain the tournament again. 16 men from different promotions all around the world are competing in an elimination-style tournament where the final two left standing will compete for a guaranteed shot at the AIWF World title at next year's anniversary show on March 20th to 22nd in Mount Airy, North Carolina. Here are those advancing to the second round so far. Wolf NDA, the current AIWF All-Africa champion, successfully won his first bout in Cameroon and advanced to the second round of the tournament. The gentleman of exquisite caliber, Godric Sandwell, punched his ticket to the second round of the tournament after a hard-fought battle in Pittsburgh. And now for the two competitors we already confirmed on earlier episodes. Former AIWF Midwest Heavyweight Champion and former World Tag Team Champion Charlie Key defeated former AIWF Central States Champion JJ Lawson at Supreme Wrestling in Indiana to lock in his second round spot. And last but not least, former AIWF World Television Champion Kevin Tyler defeated Lord Murphy Costigan at Mega Pro Wrestling in West Virginia to become the first person to officially qualify for the second round. With an already stacked second round and half of the first round bouts still left to be settled, we'll keep you updated here at Across the Globe for all things involving the Sensational 16 tournament. And last but not least, we're a little bit overdue for this update, but a couple episodes ago, we started the show with footage from Pro Wrestling Mid-South as former AIWF World Champion Greg Anthony was outraged as an altercation with the Troublemakers led to his wife being in the crossfire. Well, the Anthony Express has been able to rest easy as they got their revenge, defeating the Troublemakers in a Dinesburg street fight and claiming the Pro Mid-South Tag Team Championships. And now for today's main event. In our main event retro showcase, we go back in time to watch the Powers of Pain take on the legendary Midnight Express in tag team action. Let's get right into the match.
Right. Now let's get down to basics. Yeah, the Midnight Express, obviously a little worse for wear, and then you got the two mammoths, Warlord and Barbarian. Now, age versus size and power. I think I'm going to have to go with the Powers of Pain on this one.
Or quite possibly experience versus size and power. This is the third time since leaving World Wrestling Entertainment that the Powers of Pain have tagged up together. We heard that earlier today. And of course, the Midnight Express, a successful team for many years, achieving 9 NWA World Tag Team title reigns. An experienced team going up against, you said it, 630 pounds of two guys who are not just human beings, they're monsters.
Exactly.
It's a definite challenge here tonight for the Midnight Express.
Referee Ryan Michaels signaling for the bell from the match to start. You got the Barbarian against beautiful Bobby Eaton, and I gotta say, it doesn't look like much of a contest here.
Well, it's not taking anything away from the Powers of Pain. Former WWE World Tag Team Champions. A feat in its own. I'll give them that. And former 6-man Tag Team Champions with Ivan Koloff. Their experience as well. Each team has their advantage.
Correct, both team has their advantage. But at this stage in the game, very late in their careers, both men going for a tie-up here, both having seen each other, watched a lot of tapes, know what each other's going to do, but it's that it factor.
Eaton catches him with those right hands, and the Barbarian caught off guard a little bit. Eaton into the ropes now, and catches him once again.
I mean, with those punches, with Barbarian known to be able to absorb a lot of punishment.
That swinging neck breaker by Eaton.
Exactly.
Double clothesline by Eaton Condrey. And a clothesline from Condrey to the Barbarian.
Barbarian to the outside now, having tagged in to look like the Warlord. Referee Ryan Michaels trying to at the very least get one of them in the ring so this match can continue.
A ton of muscles isn't very good if you cannot organize your team. If you cannot put a plan into focus. The beautiful Bobby Eaton and Loverboy Dennis Condrey, they've been doing this for quite a while. Experienced ring veterans.
True, it'd be safe to say, that the Midnight Express has forgotten more than the Barbarians actually know right now. But you can't say that puts the Barbarians at the Powers of Pain at a disadvantage, can you?
Warlord, as I said it before, not a human being, a beast in the ring with Condrey. And from the looks of it, from an outside view, you would say that Condrey might not be able to come up to the challenge. And what is Grimace doing?
Running away from Robin. See,
is that his name, Grimace?
Of course that's not his name. I'm not even going to do either. You know what his name is. You can call him by his name. But the fact is, I just don't get what CEO Rob is doing out here trying to chase off a man. You'd think they have a lot in common.
The Warlord, you can see the stare. The man's still in impeccable shape.
And probably, I think, we talk about this a lot, you got to use your strengths to your advantage. The Warlord, obviously in much better shape, like you just stated. Doing something that probably Dennis Condrey can't match up to him on. And that's the test of power, test of strength.
But you can see Condrey playing head games with the Warlord. He's been in this situation before. Keep in mind, these men have wrestled hundreds and hundreds of teams that are way bigger in size than him. He knows what he's doing. He's playing games with the mind of the Warlord.
True, but like they say, if you mess with the mind of a simple man, he may turn around and bite you, right? So why would you want to tempt fate and anger this man, the Warlord?
Condrey obviously having his fun with the bigger Warlord, larger Warlord.
Exactly. Both men going up again for the test of strength. Barbarian, looks like Warlord rather, finally getting what he wants and takes down Condry with relative ease.
As you said, the test of strength, definitely in the Warlord's advantage. Has got a hold on the hands of Condry here in the middle of the ring. Not exactly where Dennis Condry wants to be.
Exactly. Referee Ryan Michaels trying to check to see if Dennis is, quite frankly, smart enough to actually give up in this particular situation. But Dennis...
You know the Midnight's way better than that. They're not going to give up in the first opening minutes of a contest.
Hey, but it's like they say, you'd rather live to fight another day, correct? It would be hard for him to get out of this situation.
And what may seem almost impossible, Condry is getting back up to his feet and going and matching the strength of the Warlord. Wait a minute, beautiful Bobby Eaton just breaks it up.
Exactly.
Condry now on the offensive. Both Condry and Eaton with that double back elbow. And Barbarian catches one just the same. This is the first time that these two teams have locked it up in tag team competition.
And that may be true, Nick. You got to see what lows the Midnight Express will stoop to. You see that to get out of a simple test of strength, something that, or your all proclamations that Dennis Condry should have been able to get out of, it took two of them to defeat the Warlord.
They're working as a team. They're working as a cohesive unit. That's what they're known to do. One of the most successful, and I've said this time and time again, one of the most successful tag teams in wrestling history. That's why they are known as such. You don't just become a sensation overnight. You have to have a proven track record.
I understand that. The fans at home understand that. But it seems to me that by your definition, it doesn't matter if they're cheating, if they're playing by the rules. As long as they're a cohesive unit, it's just fine.
I haven't really seen much cheating. The referee has seen all that's been going on here. Tag to beautiful Bobby Eaton. Takes off where Condry left off. But Warlord backing beautiful Bobby Eaton into his corner, which is now going to take full effect as the Barbarian with the big forearm smash to Bobby Eaton's face.
Exactly. Warlord used that size advantage to get him back in the corner, and then again the powers of pain, being that cohesive unit which you just described, managed to do some more damage to Bobby Eaton, and now look at how they're working together.
Barbarian, the freshman in against beautiful Bobby Eaton, who is already a little bit down and out. Headbutt from the Barbarian. That's one of the thickest skulls in professional wrestling.
Correct. And as we've seen in many of his matches, he is not afraid to use that skull to his advantage. Yeah, be it taking punches or using it to headbutt another person to knock them out.
The Barbarian shot to the side of Bobby Eaton. A snapmare takeover by the big man. Over 300 pounds coming down with that elbow drop. And now he goes for the cover in the middle of the ring. 1, 2. Only a 2 count.
The Barbarian unfortunately didn't get the tag there, but now going right back to his power game with those huge chops to the side of the neck. A beautiful Bobby Eaton. Now Barbarian again working as that unit, taking him over, letting the Warlord take a few punches to the breadbasket of beautiful Bobby Eaton. Warlord staying right on top of him, just planning out, using his slow, methodical techniques to gain the upper hand and hopefully get a shot at winning this match. And just as evidence of that, taking down Bobby Eaton with a huge clothesline and then only a 2 count.
Warlord now in a yelling match with Dennis Condry. And now the Barbarian, the blind tag, so to speak, didn't even tag in the Warlord, and now in the ring with beautiful Bobby Eaton.
Exactly. Now the Barbarian getting ready to take his turn on beautiful Bobby Eaton, while all Condry can do is just sit there and look on. They both in there in that tie-up, and looks like Barbarian managed to do some sort of damage to the neck of beautiful Bobby Eaton.
Barbarian using that strength to his advantage, no doubt about it. Now using that rope for leverage and choking out Eaton. But Eaton able to catch him with that right hand. Powerful right hand, and he dives for his partner, and he does make the tag to Condry.
Barbarian, like we talked about before, that huge head, all those punches managing to do is knock Barbarian back into the corner. Now both men in for both teams. Condry with that huge boot to the gut of the Barbarians.
And now the Midnight's working as a team in the meeting of the towers. They clashed like a car wreck on out 316, excuse me. Out on 316, and now Condry, 1, 2, 3, 4. Too many to count.
Condry jumping back down, seeing that the Barbarian was going to come after him.
And CEO Rob chasing the Playboy around the ring here.
Exactly. Barbarian knocking down Dennis Condry. Referee Ryan Michaels not seeing the pin. More paying attention to the Warlord going to work on Bobby Eaton.
Uh-oh, where's the Barbarian going? As the Warlord works on beautiful Bobby Eaton, choking him on the top rope. And the Barbarian with the steel chair. Condry ducks, Barbarian nails himself inadvertently. And the roll-up. Can he get it? 2, 3. The Midnight Express have won this match. The first ever counter against the powers of pain.
Now the
If you want to see more of what AIWF has to offer, whether it be immediate news updates, upcoming events within the network, or content from our past and present library, you can check us out at the links below. As summer comes to an end and we slowly creep into the fall, there's a lot to be excited about in the AIWF network. We still have to cover the second half of the first round of the Sensational 16 tournament. There is a sea of exciting events happening in the AIWF network coming up. And of course, we will continue to showcase some of the most incredible wrestling on the independent scene here at Across the Globe. As always, thank you for your support. Thank you for being a part of the crew. And we will see you next time at the next episode.